Sitting here trying to think of what I was going to write and what I would say during this video. And then I realized, hey, wait a minute. This happens to me all the time, but I actually documented it last week. And if you read this and think about it, it's happened to you too. Because sometimes you intend to do something. You open an image and you say, okay, I'm going to do this. And you start working on it and something completely different happens. And here's proof that, it happened to me, and I'm not just being clever with words. That's exactly what happened. And these two guys who responded, Jim Kinney is a professor in Canada. I know him from the Adobe Education Leader Program. I see him once a year at Adobe during the summer, during our week there, which is a blast. Looking forward to that. And then Damascus Apparel here, Nate Cooley, who was in the Mac Lab back when you were busy being born or learning to walk or something like that during my first year of teaching. And he's got a pretty cool clothing company. So interesting that the evidence here of this type of experience, and it's just so cool. But it doesn't happen unless you lose yourself in the work, unless you really start to know what you're doing so you can work with intent, and then the magic happens. And it may not be this mysterious, and it may not be a muse, and it may not be anything other than a happy accident. But my goodness, when you get in the zone and things start happening, and you get to feel a little of the mystical experience, and it's a blast. Okay, on the flip side of that coin, back to the mundane, during sixth period today, had people start requesting songs, and then I realized some of the people requesting songs, their grades are down the tubes. And let's be honest, if I wanted to be a rule enforcer, there are a lot of people who would have no gold whatsoever and a lot more damage than they have right now. But I don't, go stoop to that level. I don't want to be that person. But if you want to request a song, you have to have a 70% or above. And a 70% in the Mac Lab is a mid-B. Okay? So if you check your grade and people are saying, hey, I got a 40%, but it says I have a C. Well, that 40 is at the lowest possible end of the C scale. You're hovering on a D. So every 20 points is a different grade. So 70 or above, you can click the button, spend your gold, request the link. But if you're below a 70 and you try to request a song, your gold's just gone. You just dumped it down a hole. Okay? Fair enough? Raise your grade. All you got to do is work and experience some of this joy, some of the wonder, some of the absolutely exciting reasons that people become creatives, because it's such a cool way to make a living. All right. Have a great day. Spend it engaged.